Hey everyone, Al here. Before we begin tonight's special episode, I'd like to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Diabolical Coffee. It's devilishly good coffee and diabolically awesome swag. There's a roast for all tastes. You can order whole bean, coarse, and standard grind, espresso. There's even a K-Cup option for single cup brewers. And right now you can use a promo code PRODUSTAN for 20% off anything in the store. That's 20% off all coffee and merch. Thank you, Diabolical Coffee and Eric, for your support. Now, here's our chat with Dolo.
That fresh produce stand there, that's a beauty.
What do you listen to?
My favorite murder podcast.
Taggart and Torrance podcast.
The produce stand.
Fucking sexy.
It's Thirsty Thursday, and we are once again hanging out at the Produce Stand, podcast covering everything in the universe. Now, I know what you're thinking. There are many other Letterkenny podcasts out there, but this one is interviewing our third slut in 2 weeks. I'm Al, your host, and joining me in the room, as always, is the lovely Tanya. And online, we have the verbose Victor. And joining us this week, he was a third-round draft pick by the Nashville Predators in 2013. He's an actor, a hip-hop artist, but we know and love him as one of the sluts on Shoresy. Please join me in making some noise for Jonathan-Ismael Diaby, a.k.a. Joe Dolo.
Wondrous! Oh my God!
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Wait!
Oh my God! I regret nothing!
Welcome to the Produce Stand. And before we begin, what do you want us to call you? Jonathan, Joe Dolo, what would you?
It's up to you guys, but the homies call me Dolo.
Dolo? All right. Thank you so much for joining us, Dolo. It's an honor to have you here, sir.
Yes, sir. Pleasure's mine.
Now, I notice you're in a really cool, looks like it's a recording studio, which is like one of my favorite places to be in the world is in a recording studio. Is that your recording studio?
Yep, that's my studio. That's the studio we own. We just opened up for the clients like a year ago, so now it's a pretty nice business we have. But otherwise, it's been our HQ for the past 4 or 5 years, I'd say.
Oh yeah. Now, is that the same one shot in episode 1 of Shoresy, but from the other side? Is that your control room?
Oh, exactly. Dude. Yeah, that's I could show you like real quick.
Oh wow, that's a sweet setup. I'm jealous. Very nice. So where are you speaking to us from?
Montreal.
Straight
out of downtown Montreal, actually South Central, so a little bit south of Montreal.
All right. And is that home? Is that where you grew up? Yeah,
that's where I grew up. That's where I was born. Then I moved to Africa for a year or two when I was really young.
Oh, okay.
And I came back here to start school.
Mm-hmm.
And so after that, I moved throughout with hockey and shit. But out of Montreal, based out of Montreal and stuff. That's where we at.
All right. Well, and we'll get to the Shoresy stuff later. But right now, we'll learn a little bit more about you because, yes, I mean, you are a hockey player. How did you get into hockey? I mean, you're born in Montreal, but you moved to Africa for a while. How old were you when you came back from Africa?
I was about 2-3 years old. I was really young still.
Okay.
So I got into hockey because pretty much everybody was playing.
Sure.
Back when we were young, we're Canadians. Everyone's playing hockey and stuff. My dad used to play soccer. He was a big soccer player.
Mm-hmm.
But I played a couple of years, but it wasn't my thing. So everybody would start playing hockey. So I did. I was about 8 years old, That's when I got into the game pretty much. So just because everybody was playing.
Yeah. The athleticism that you got from your father, is your mom an athlete at all or?
Yeah, my mom was a swimmer, she's not that big of an athlete nowadays, but back in her days, she was a big swimmer.
Sure. So yeah, you had good genes though. So hockey was kind of a natural choice being in Montreal.
That's that way.
Very good. And when you got started, you became pretty elite. I mean, to be drafted, how did that go for you?
Oh wow, it was a crazy journey actually. It was my dream when I was young. I always wanted to play hockey, and then I got to pros, and things got. I was really grateful at first, but then things got kind of complicated for me and stuff, and I decided to come back home. But it was, it's like a dream came true. I accomplished the dream. I accomplished the goal I had as a kid, and I came back. But honestly, it's like it was the big leagues, we made it, It's beautiful for me. It's a nice experience, but a lot of ups and downs, but it was a really nice experience for sure.
So, I looked at your hockey stats and forgive me for my ignorance. When is it considered pro? Like you played in QM AAA, then you played QMJHL. That's all junior, right?
That's all junior, exactly. Until I got to the AHL, and then I played the AHL and ECHL.
Right. Okay.
Like
Yeah, you were with Milwaukee and Cincinnati, AHL and ECHL.
Exactly.
Very cool.
Milwaukee was Nashville's farm team, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I see. And Cincinnati was what, like just a level below AHL?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Just like the fucking farm team.
Right.
It's the ECHL. That's where the
East Coast.
Orlando Solar Bears play.
Okay. Wasn't that too ECHL? That was a pretty tough league, right? I feel like that was like that league was known for a lot of like fighters and stuff.
Yeah, it was a lot of fight. It was a lot of fighting. I was doing pretty good actually. I was not afraid of nobody, but it was a pretty tough league actually.
Yeah.
The AHL was tougher though. There was a lot of like older guys.
Okay.
More experienced guys, but the pros is the pros, like it's a different level for sure.
But you were playing D the whole time, right? Yeah. So your stats, don't be misled by the stats, right? Because these are not supposed to put up points, but you always had a good number of penalty minutes.
Yeah, exactly. And this is my first 2 junior years, like you're missing the 2 other years, but I played 4 years junior, so you're missing like 2 seasons there.
Way to go there, Victor. You had one job, man.
You know what? The reason I put that up, it's literally the only hockey card that I could. So that's the back of a hockey card.
There's not much hockey card you can find.
Oh,
yeah. No. But I found that one. So there you go.
What we're referring to, because this is an audio only podcast, is Victor's Victor's background is the back of Dolo's hockey card from when he was with the Victoriaville Tigers or Tigers. Yes.
Yep.
Very good. So, let's get the heavy stuff out of the way because we want to talk about the lighter stuff. But we can't really tell your story without talking about. And it's mentioned, in Shoresy, the footage of you going into the stands and stuff. That's all real footage. Yeah. So, when did this happen? So there was a racist incident at a game, and it caused.
That was so that happened. So. Pretty much long story short, after my pro years, when I came back home, I decided to play in that semi-pro league that's called North American Hockey League, if I'm not mistaken. It's like a French league, Quebec thing.
Yeah.
Guys, we go there, play on the weekends, get our paycheck, come back. But yeah, I guess some people that harassed my parents in the stands and had fucking thrown like racial slurs and a bunch of things like a game prior at that event. And then that was like the second game against them, and then it was a big thing. I had spoken to the commissioner, and like the fans weren't supposed to be allowed in the rink, and like I had scored a goal, and then I don't know, some guy wanted to fight me, and then I went to the penalty box, and then some father came out and started yelling some bunch of stuff. So then I was like, yo, the commissioner wanted to show because they just they allowed the people to come back. So I was like, yo, I'll give him a show, I'll try to fuck him up. And but yeah, that's what happened, and then. Bunch of things happened, but it was mostly just racial slurs, like a bunch of fucking racism.
It's horrible, and it's in the news again now, so it hasn't really changed. So one of our listeners' questions to you was if you've seen any improvement over when you were playing, or do you think it's still kind of the same?
Nah, it's still kind of the same thing, And it's like, the league I was in. The league that this happened is in Quebec. It's a Quebec league, which like it's different than like the pros and everything. But I was still lots of issues in the pros, still mainly like white sport. Sorry if I, you know what I mean? But
absolutely.
But it is. So like it's not. I think back when I was playing, it's not even like black or fucking Asian or whatever. It's non-white.
Yeah.
The people, the players that were non-white, it was 3%, I think, back when I was playing.
Yeah.
But like it's not a lot of like, it's still their world, whatever, so you have to abide by these rules or whatever. But there's a lot of things that happen that's kind of
I looked this up just so see where we are now, and it right now it's like less than 7% identify as non-white, which is a very low number, and it's kind of like a catch-22, right? You can say, well, it's a white sport because there's not enough other I guess minorities that play in it, but then other minorities don't play in it because they don't feel welcome. So it's that maybe will change 50 years from now, but it's not going to happen overnight.
It was also that like hockey sticks are like $400. Fucking pair
Yeah,
of skates,
it's an affluent game. It's an
you know what I'm
expensive
saying?
game.
It's not for everybody. You know
exactly.
what I'm saying? So
yeah.
So that's why there's a lot of improvements there. But there's a lot of movement, lots of ex-players that are doing nice movements, you know, like Anthony Stewart's. There's the guys, the black guys too. They got a group. I forgot what they go by. Duclair, Matt Dumba. The guys are playing, doing nice things. So
yeah,
but we're getting there
as well.
We're getting there, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Now, so you were playing in this LNH league. That's the Quebec league you were playing in for a couple of years, right up until 2020, right? That was the last year you played pro.
Right up to COVID, pretty much.
COVID.
It happened. Then I was like, nah. So like, just took him up, and then Shoresy came and all that stuff. So I was like, let's focus on the better things, you know.
Okay, so is that why? So you quit? I mean, COVID. You stopped playing because of COVID, basically, or
pretty much. I had to stop. You know, I still wanted to play. Then I had to stop, and then I was at home. I was in the studio and stuff, and I was like, nah, this ain't for me anymore. You know, it's not worth it to go back and play for motherfuckers that, excuse me, but for people that don't want me to play, you know, like
absolutely,
it makes no sense, bro. Like,
so did that make it easier to leave hockey then? I mean, it's a sport you've played your entire life.
For sure, 100%. Like, I already had like a love and hate relationship with the sport, you know, coming down from pros. But that was just the cherry on top of the fucking Sunday. You know, it was just enough. I was like, nah, it's enough for me. Let's just focus on different things. And now I'm enjoying what I'm doing. You know, I'm living a good life, and it's been fucking 4 years now almost. So yeah, it's blessed.
Okay, so go ahead.
So before we move on from hockey, like, I have two more questions for you, just for the hockey fans out there. One is, when you were a kid and you were still excited about hockey and you weren't thinking about any of this garbage, who were some of the players that you looked up to?
Oh yeah, great question.
And then I'll follow up that with one more question after that.
There wasn't that many players. I was blown away by Alex Kovalev. I really like this style, the style of game and stuff.
Sure.
But I related more to Dion Phaneuf.
Big guy.
I was looking up to back in the days when he was with Calgary. Man, this guy was a fucking monster.
Yeah.
Yo, he was something else. So I that was my era when I was young and like started to like take hockey more seriously. You know, I was like looking up to guys, and he was a guy that I was trying to play like a game. His type,
nice,
you know, for sure.
And so now that you're kind of moving on from hockey, are you do you think you can still kind of enjoy it as a fan, or it's just too much bad taste for you?
No, I can enjoy it. You know, like playoff comes, I'll start tuning in more, you know, but I'm getting busy, you know what I'm saying? We busy in that like entertainment business and stuff. So like, it's not much time to just sit around and fucking watch hockey or whatever, you know. For me, I could actually do it, but I take my time in different things. But like I said, I'm still a fan, you know. I'm still a diehard Montreal fan, you know, like playoff comes, it's my team, you know. I'll defend them till the end.
I'm sure you have other good qualities about it.
I was gonna say we can't abide by
hockey, honestly, and it's crazy because like it's kind of weird because my entire life was based on hockey, you know, like literally I like my hockey was my life for the longest time, you know. But man, I just kind of turned my back to it, and now I'm doing my thing. But bro, I'm going to watch a game in a couple of weeks with the boys. And we're gonna actually catch the Habs against the Leafs. You know, I'm still a good fan. I love the game. You know,
well, and they just announced your former team in Milwaukee. They just announced a Shoresy night. So I guess this is a thing now.
I'm going back to Milwaukee. You know, like
it's amazing.
Good stuff. You know, so it's funny. You know, I left there. Now I'm going back for a different for what I'm trying to do for real. You know, so I'm blessed. I'm grateful for everything. Honestly,
that's
very
great.
Nice.
So when did music become enter your life?
That was always like a part of my life, you know. I always was a big music fan, you know, always just a music fan. But then I got when I signed my contract, my first hockey contract, I had a friend that was kind of in and out of bullshit and a bunch of stuff, and I kind of put money aside for him to get like studio equipment, put him in the studio. So that was my first experience with like the making of, you know, like the behind the scenes of all this stuff, and I really enjoyed like all the process and everything. So I think it was my second pro year. My third pro year, I think I got a little setup back in Cincinnati, to record myself and a bunch of things. So I started taking it more seriously. And then when I decided that I wanted to leave, it was easy. It was just like, yo, let's get some money, open a studio and just do it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And ever since then, I've been like going hard, like 24/7. It's my day job, you know, like literally don't do nothing else. But yeah, so it's been like 4 or 5 years, you know, just a little bit before hockey, I started making the music. Yeah.
Very good. Now, when you kind of told your teammates, hey, to you, I'm Jonathan, but I'm Dolo, and check out my.
I didn't tell them.
No, you didn't.
That's like an actual fucked up thing, though. Like, I still had a year on my contract,
right,
with Nashville, and I was just fed up with hockey, man. I was just like everything was pissing me off. So I finished the year in Cincinnati, and I don't know if you're familiar with it, but like they call this black cases. So like at the end of the year, let's say you're in the farm team. At the end of the year, if your NHL team is still like playing, you can go up and practice with the guys and do all this stuff.
Right.
So I was in Cincinnati, so I was gonna be a black ace in Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at the roster. They already had, I think it was 9 defensemen on the roster at the time. So I knew I was gonna play maybe one game just so the guys could like ease up before playoffs, you know. And I was like not with it. I was just so fed up. So I literally I called my agent. I was like, yo, can I just leave?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what happens if I leave? He said, yo, come back home. We'll do some paperwork, whatever, but we can terminate your contract, you know?
Right.
And like you won't owe no money, whatever like that. So I just literally, I was in Cincinnati. I drove like 6 hours to Milwaukee, emptied my apartment, drove down to Michigan, slept there for like a couple hours and came back home. And that's like the next day, like, everybody was looking like they didn't know. I didn't talk to nobody actually. Literally, I haven't like to this day, till the day they called me to see if I wanted to go back for Shoresy night. I haven't spoken to anybody of the organization.
Oh, really? Wow.
Nashville or Milwaukee. I spoke to a couple of guys. But that was about it, you know.
Well, and Andrew, Andrew, who plays Goody on Shoresy, he was your teammate then as well.
No. Him, I met him on Shoresy. He was.
Because isn't he also going for that Shoresy night in Milwaukee?
He's going to, because I don't know. I guess I don't know. I ended up happening, you know. But
okay. We'll have to ask him then. When we hopefully we'll get him on and we can ask.
Yeah,
him.
I think they were like they asked me. To ask the guys or whatever, and then I called Kara, which is the producer. I was like, yo, Kara, just handle this for us, you know? And then the flyer came out. She's like, yo, you're going with Andrew. I said, all right, say no more.
Oh, great. So, okay, and this is a little bit of an embarrassing question because I am a musician, and the dream back then, 20 years ago was I wanted to be just like you with a recording studio and everything. But I don't, my hip hop and rap aren't my main genres. What's the difference? Are you a hip hop artist, a rap artist, or what's the difference?
So rap is hip hop would be the culture, right?
Okay.
Hip hop is it's a bunch of disciplines. You have MCing, you have graffiti, you have dancing, you have DJing, and beatboxing.
All right. So, I see.
Involves hip hop, right? So I am rapping because I MC. You know, at the beginning, I'd be an MC, right?
Yeah.
Now we call it like he's a rapper or whatever. But no, there's no difference between hip hop and rap. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much the same thing. Rap is the hip hop culture, pretty much.
Good, because when I was writing your intro, I'm like, is he a rap artist, a hip hop artist? I didn't want to insult you by saying one and you're the other, right?
No, both would be
excellent.
Both would be perfect.
Amazing. All right, well let's get into the show. I mean, so you retire from hockey, you've got this music career going. How do you meet Jared Keeso? Where do you meet Jared?
Honestly, I don't meet him. I guess he sees fucking everything happening on the news or whatever, because in Quebec he made kind of a pretty big deal, right? And he's dating Mag, which is a Quebec girl too, so he lives in Montreal. So I guess he's heard of all that, and he's a hockey fucking nerd. So I guess he saw that, and then I never met him actually. I guess he saw me in the streets one day. He told me that first day on set. He's like, yo, I saw you one day in the street, and I wanted to come up to you and tell you I was making the best hockey show ever, but I didn't want to spoil you, whatever. So
wait, your first time meeting Jared Keeso was on set?
Was like a week before. I met him on Zoom the week before I was in Sudbury, type of thing, you know.
Wow. Okay.
Or maybe like I say a week, man.
Time's kind of weird.
Maybe a month or whatever, you know. But I met him once on Zoom, And that's when he told me everything. Now, the first, it was Kara. Kara hollered at me through Instagram. And that was kind of crazy too. My dad had passed. My dad was African, so I went back to Ivory Coast to bury him and stuff.
Right.
And Kara messaged me through Instagram the second day, the day after the fucking funerals, I think.
Yeah.
And I was
wow.
like, yo, I think this is a joke. She's like, yo, I have this big TV opportunity for you, blah, blah, blah. I thought it was a joke. I didn't answer. Then she messaged like my team, my camera guy, and then he was like, yo, this gal is she's trying to talk to you for real, you know? So then I took the phone and I spoke to Karen. She was like, yo, how'd you like to play yourself in a letter? Can you spin off, blah, blah. I was like, what the hell? But like,
wow.
I couldn't believe it for a second.
Amazing.
You know what I mean?
So, I mean, at any point, did you ever have any aspiration to get into acting? Like,
yeah.
Oh, you did?
I did like couple of gigs here and there back here, you know. I did there's another hockey show that people did here called the Domaine des Hommes, like French thing. I was on that.
Oh, okay.
So did another thing called what was it? Fugueurs. That was a hip hop thing. I did that. So like, and I left hockey to make music and kind of be in the entertainment business.
Right.
So like,
right. Okay.
You know. And also every video, like he was a fan too, like the music a little bit, you know. I did festivals, he saw this shit. So like all the videos we made, we produced it ourselves too. So like he knew I wanted to like, you know, be in that business, whatever. So he kind of just.
So why don't we pause there for a second? We'll come back to Kiso. So tell us about your videos. Like how much creative do you have over it? Because, you know, I watched a few of your videos on YouTube and they're actually really good. So like, is that you or is there kind of other creatives?
Yeah, no, it's me and the camera guy pretty much, you know, the team. We sit down and we just go crazy on the scripts or whatever, you know, but I work with the same two guys. I've been working with the same two guys, so it's been the same team for a little bit, so we kind of know how to roll. But I direct all of my videos myself with the homies, you know. So and we even made but that's not out yet. It'll probably be out within the next year. But now it's running in festivals. We made a short movie called Black to the Future that's running in festivals right now.
Oh, cool.
So that's gonna come out maybe hopefully next year. But
nice.
I've always like loved all the directing.
Do you have a background education in that? Like, I mean, people go to school for this stuff.
Yeah,
so
bro,
you know,
go to school for that shit, but I don't. Like, that's what I tell my people. My people been to school, you know.
Yeah.
Like the people I'm with, they all been to school.
Oh, okay. You just surround yourself with good. Yeah.
You know, I surround myself with people that got background. They all got the degrees and all this stuff. But me, bro, I had a different route. You know, like I was playing and then fucking doing my thing, you know. So like it was no time for school, you know. It was like I was 16 and my coaches was like, yo, if you had a bad game because of school, is like drop out of school, you know. That's what the coaches was telling us when we were young. So like the school wasn't, you know.
So you're in Montreal, so you're perfectly bilingual. And I mean, I've heard a lot of your tracks and it's almost a 50-50 split between French and English.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, what are you thinking? What language are you thinking? English or French?
It depends on the day, bro.
Oh, really?
Depends on the day. It's like, it's crazy, but like you said, Montreal, Montreal is super bilingual, you know. Yeah. But then I lived in the States like for a year, so like when I was in the States, my whole mind switched to English. You know, that's when I realized I started calling my mom like, man, here it's like mama, you know. But like I started calling my mom. Right. And that's when I was like, oh fuck, something is changing.
She said, "You're changing, Dolo. Stop changing."
Yeah, you know, like I would hit my toe on the corner or whatever. Back in normalement it'd be tabarnak, you know. Yeah. But I started saying fuck me and shit like that. I was like, oh, like, you know, I'm English now.
Yeah. Well, the reason I'm asking though is because so what would you find is the hardest to write in English or French for hip hop, right? Like. I can't imagine how
I started writing in English because my mind was in English. You know?
Okay, yeah.
And honestly, it's like I'm having fun. Like I said, I don't know. It depends on the day. Like, you know, I try not to force and that's something I'm actually learning as we speak still, because the French part is still kind of new to me. You know, I started doing it in English, but now I know I could do it in French sometimes. So now it's like managing my time and all this shit. But now I'm like, yeah, no. Like managing, sometimes we'll do French, sometimes we'll do in English, and we'll keep times to just create with whatever comes, you know. But
well, writing in French, I mean, you got to conjugate that shit in French, right? So that's got to be tough.
But it's another discipline. It's less flows and it's more like syllables and like diversity of words. You know, it's more words in French. So like it's
might be easier just because everything ends in A, but so easier to rhyme, but maybe not syllables.
But yeah, man.
Was that racist? I shouldn't have said that, eh?
No. But yeah, man. It's a funny, it's cool though. It's crazy. And it's like Montreal, it's like this because we so bilingual here, you know, it's like different type of culture here. You know? Like,
So you get approached by Kara and Jared, this guy you've never heard of before. Like, were you even aware of Letterkenny? Or is that?
I didn't even know a Letterkenny.
No.
Like she was like, she's like, I'm doing Letterkenny, I'm like, hold on, I have to go and
watch it
because I don't know what the fuck you're talking to me about. You know?
Yeah.
And then I saw a meme when I Googled it, and I was like, oh, okay, that's what I've been seeing. Because like, you know, I'm in hockey, I've been in hockey, like I've seen this shit around, you know, but I didn't know what it was. And then I was like, oh, okay, no, it's huge, you know? I was like, fuck. I think I told her like, let's get it or something like that, you know? And then she just started laughing. She was like, oh, that's new. I was like, yeah, let's get it. And then, whatever. I came back to, because I was in Africa, so I came back to Canada, came back to Montreal, and was on like bigger calls and all this shit, and then got this crib and all that. And then, we started doing this thing, man. It was crazy.
Now, Letterkenny's very kind of Ontario-centric, especially. Did you understand it? Like, or was it a lot of stuff that just,
Yeah, I do, like, I was in Wisconsin, then like I was in Kentucky, like places where motherfuckers speak different, you know, like so maybe at first sometimes I had to like, you know, take a second to pick it up, but no, it's fine. It's like, say my entourage, like my family don't really understand it, you know. That's what's funny too, you know. It's like Shoresy's so funny, but they won't understand everything, you know. It's like it's jokes.
Yeah. So, all right, you're in Shoresy. You're acting as yourself. I mean, first of all, that had to be a little flattering. I mean, that they basically wrote this part that's you. They wrote you into the story.
Yeah, that was fucking cool, man. I'm not gonna lie, it was like a win for me, you know, because I left fucking professional hockey to build this brand, this Dolo brand and all, and now that this guy was like, "Yo, how'd you like to just come and be yourself?" You know, that was pretty huge for me. That was big for me.
And part of the deal was it that did Jared say, hey, we want to feature some of your music in the soundtrack, or was that something that kind of
that came afterwards?
That
came afterwards. It was at first it was only like, are you down with the project? Can I keep writing, you know, a script with your name and your entity and all this stuff? And then I don't know when I think when I got the script. Like maybe 2 or 3 months prior to shooting, everything is just laid down, and then that's what I saw, like Feel Blessed by Joe Dolo, you know, and I was like, oh fuck, that's dope. And then a couple days after that, we figured all the paperwork and all this stuff. But it was like I didn't know.
So it was already their idea that they were going to use some of your music in the in the
it was his idea. I think you know, it kind of makes sense, you know, if you're gonna bring in still like this rapper guy, like hockey, it makes sense to play some of the music too. But I was not, you know, gonna say anything, but I was just so grateful I saw that. So there's Feel Blessed, and that's the intro, episode 2, and there's also No Discussion in episode 2 also, and there's a song that plays in the background in episode 6 also. So I was like, and that Jared just called me one day. I was here actually. I'm here every day. I was here, and he was like, yo, remember that scene at the apartment, blah, blah, blah. He's like, I'm wondering what song to put, you know? I sent him like fucking, I think 10 songs, you know? And he was like, nah, just pick your song. I was like, oh, okay, bet. And then I said like all that, and he's like, all right, let's do it. So that was kind of cool, you know, for me to have this little kind of creative say in it and all that. It was amazing, actually.
Now, one of the things I love about what they do in Shoresy is it's a perfectly bilingual show in that you speak only French for the most part. I mean, every once in a while you'll drop some English, and that it's very impactful. But you speak French, and they don't even try to translate anything. It's just, if you don't understand, you don't understand. Like it's just, I love it. Yeah,
I love it too. It shows what Canada is, you know. It shows what Canada is, and like I think, and even on set it was funny because some like the cast doesn't speak French, you know, like Jared speaks French, but the fucking Harry doesn't speak French, you know, like and stuff like that. So like I would talk, but they say we had to repeat sometimes because we had to practice sometimes because they didn't know what the fuck I was saying, so they didn't know when to come in. You know, it was funny. Like when you hear that sound, that's when they come in. You know, it's like it's funny.
I think it was Celine Dion part the only part that you ever said in English.
No, it was Shania. He said that don't impress me much or something like that.
And I think at the end too is when Shoresy's puking at the end, like in the last game. I forget what it is. It's like we have to leave an impression or some shit like that, you know. Like we got to leave an impression, some stuff.
Well, I mean, the beauty of having you only ever speak French is when you do drop anything in English, it's more impactful. It's exactly. it hits differently, right?
Honestly, Jared, bro, he's I keep telling him, bro, this guy's a genius, man. Like fucking the way he writes everything, the way he just thinks of everything, you know, all these little aspects are just like so important, but he thinks of them all and creates an amazing show. You know?
Yeah. Well, we had your buddy Max Buffard on last week, and he said that you guys have become pretty good friends, pretty tight. You spent a lot of time together.
Yeah, we spent a lot of weed together.
Yeah, and we asked him this question. We asked Terry this question as well. We had Terry on last Thursday. So I think we're gonna get like a bit of a consensus from all the sluts. Bowl or no bowl when you eat a stick?
I mean, it depends on who you are, you know what I mean? I would go with a bowl.
Really? Oh, come on.
Now here's a cultured
No, let the man answer. No. Hear him out.
I'm gonna speak my truth. No, it's because if I'm at home, I'm gonna use a bowl.
Really?
Thank you.
But let's say we out in the room or whatever, you know, like you eat your stick right there, you know, it is what it is. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm a bit bougie that way where I can use a bowl.
I love that that's considered bougie.
Hey, dude, especially if you're eating one of those sticks with all the nuts over it.
Yeah,
if you're not using a bowl, where do you think those nuts are gonna end up?
Like, you know. It's gonna fall on the floor. Max dropped a stick on the floor, but it turned out funny because it's in the scene and it's like he's looking on the floor like this and this stick, but he actually dropped it on by accident. You know, it was fucking jokes. We were all laughing in the back. But yeah,
that's amazing. So it looks like you guys have a lot of fun on that set.
Yeah.
Is it hard not to laugh? Is it hard to contain yourself?
Honestly, I was amazed. How professional everybody was. Like, not gonna lie. I was truly amazed. But at times, like, yo, it was just too funny, you know what I'm saying? But honestly, like, I'm the type of guy I'm an easy laugher. Like, I laugh so easily. So, like, I would say sometimes I was laughing when maybe I should not, but no, people were professional. But yeah, there's mad times where, like, yo, you're almost pissing your pants, you know? Like, you're rolling on the floor and shit. Like, it's like, I'm gonna take a 5 because, like, it's just too funny. The guys can't, like, it's funny.
So, I mean, what were some of the? Can you talk about maybe a favorite moment on set that you can think of, or you know, a memorable moment?
There was a lot, you know. There was a lot of pretty cool moments, but just the like the partnership, the camaraderie every day, like, and it was. I mean, all the sluts for the most part, we were non-acting guys, you know, and I think that was like the most enjoyable thing because we were like we all didn't know what the fuck kind of what to expect, you know, or what the fuck we was doing type of thing. And to have like Tazzy Tales on the set and like people that were really like, you know, Jared and stuff like that, to like like veterans, you know, like they were our veteran presence, you know what I'm saying, like every day. So that was memorable for real, like just like little details like that, everyday camaraderie. But it was also like hockey guys in a room, so it's just a bunch of fuckery, you know. That's the thing also, you know, like so, like it was an amazing set for an amazing fucking job.
Did you have a hard time keeping a straight face during serious shooting?
Yeah, there was like couple times that Pepe Panini, you know, a couple of scenes there, and the scene episode 6 in the apartment took us a while to do, you know, when JJ was getting caught and all that. The scene was Jared, like, I think Jared comes in the apartment and we like all go like this type of thing.
Yeah,
we all kind of surprised. Like that took us a while. We had to change our lines because me and Jared couldn't look at each other because we couldn't get shit done. It was just so funny. So he was looking that way, I was looking this way, and we kind of made it work, you know, because we just just couldn't. But it was funny. Yeah.
And then you have Vic Sexual in the background.
Yeah.
You know, like fucking, and sometimes he would forget it. It's funny because Jacob was doing it. He's super on point. But let's say he forgets it. Sometimes it was too funny to him. He would just like it was funny. Yeah, let's go.
Well done. I asked this of Max, and I think we asked this of Terry as well. When you guys got on the ice, because I mean, the brilliance of this show, and as far as I'm concerned, is his casting of the sluts. You guys are players first and actors second, and that's what I think makes the hockey scenes look more authentic and better, right? When you guys get on the ice, though, you guys are competitors still. Does it get competitive? Do you guys kind of get chippy with each other on the ice?
Yeah, for sure. It's like there's not much room for error. You know what I'm saying? Or else people will let you know that you fucked up.
Right.
But it's like it's not real games that we're playing out there. It's everything is staged. But like I said, it's like there's no room for error. You need to make a pass. It's better be a nice pass, because the gyms will let you know, or fucking
the gyms.
Whatever. Anybody will let you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, for sure. Like I said, it's still hockey players. We're still players beforehand. So like anything we do, it's like to the fullest. So it's fucking.
I asked this of the other two, and I won't tell you who they said, but who's the best player on the ice when you guys are all on the ice?
Me, for sure. I think.
better than the 8th overall draft pick.
Yeah, better than Terry Ryan.
Man's old. This man's old.
He's old. Okay, good.
I hope Uncle Terry.
Awesome. I love it. That's a great answer, because I think Max was very diplomatic when he said Terry, because he went by track record, being the draft pick.
Me, but I'm just being competitive there.
No, it's good. It's good. Competition is good, and I believe
Terry still got it for real. I'm playing with Terry, but he still got it.
Yeah,
it's pretty impressive at his age to be still like in that shape.
Mm-hmm. Very good. We got some questions here from our listeners, so I'll ask them out. Well, Dennis asked about which of the sluts is the best hockey player. So you say it's you, and kudos, respect. I think I think you have every right. Tobias asked about how you got started on your musical career, but I mean you started that already. But so who are your influences? That's kind of part 2 of his question.
Oof. I would say like hip hop, because my dad being from Africa, I was listening to like some weird shit when I was young. Like some stuff like motherfuckers never heard of,
Yeah.
But like hip hop people like 50 Cent, Lil Wayne, Wiz Khalifa, like Denzel Curry was super nice too.
Just don't let Lil Wayne play the guitar and everything will be all right.
Yeah.
Why, Victor? Did he destroy a guitar or something? Is that
no? There's a infamous video clip of him just making guitar players cry.
Oh
yeah.
Oh, is he really good? Is that
no?
He's awful. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, no.
Stick to rapping.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay. and Tobias has got a part 3 to his question. Will you do a U.S. tour? I think he's interested in seeing you live in the U.S.
Yeah, we're working on that right now. It's a bunch of logistics we're working on, but hopefully in 2023 we'll be making our way down to the States.
In 2023, that's awesome. All right. And I mean, I guess you can attribute, Shoresy, to some of your like bringing more focus, more recognition to your music.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Like a lot of new faces, a lot of new people listening, a lot of new I had a decent listening in the States, but now it's like pretty big. It's like I can actually go and do shows and sell merch and all that stuff. So like
amazing.
Now Shoresy really uplifted my career 100%.
I think when you go down to Milwaukee for your Shoresy night, you should have a show. Like you should open it.
We're working on that. It's kind of short notice in the industry, but we'll have something going for sure.
Very cool. Our friend Erin, she in light of that's all right. Bless you. In light of season 11 of Letterkenny, I don't know if you've watched it yet.
I haven't seen season 11 yet.
No, but episode 1 is all about chip flavors, and Erin wants to know what your favorite flavored chip is.
Shit. Now, it's a tough one because growing up, I was a ketchup guy.
Okay.
Sorry, my.
Bless you.
That's what happens to a black man in Canada, bro.
Oh, jeez. You can't use that excuse anymore, man. You've been here your entire life. You're a fucking hockey player.
Yo, bro, no, but I'm telling you, it's weird, bro. And my mom was on the plane. Like, sorry, I'll get back to your question.
It's all good.
My mom, I kid you not, we're on the plane. We're leaving. I'm in Montreal. I have allergies like this every third day, second day. Okay.
Yeah.
I go anywhere in the world, bro. The States, Africa, whatever. I was with my mom on a trip to Jamaica. I did not sneeze once for 2 weeks. I came back to the plane. I'm sleeping on the plane. I get waking up because I start sneezing.
Oh no!
I look at the thing. We're 15 minutes away from landing, bro.
You're allergic to Montreal. You need to move to Toronto. That's all.
Bro, it's crazy. But yeah, what was the question?
Favorite chip flavor.
Favorite chips, ketchup when I was growing up, but now I like the barbecue.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, barbecue is nice, but you gotta mix it every once in a while.
Our friend Awesome, she has a couple of questions. First of all, how did it feel to have so many of your songs featured on the show? You kind of covered that, but I mean, it's cool, right?
It's fucking cool, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's like it's rewarding, because I'm not doing this for the money or whatever. It's like a therapy for me, but to see that people like it and for it to be like showcased in like TV shows and stuff like that, it's different. It's a different feeling for sure.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Her other question, and it's just her usual question because she's the moderator of the Letterkenny and Shoresy subreddits, is I think she'd probably want to know whether you'd be interested in doing an AMA on Reddit and ask me anything. Yeah.
For sure.
All right, I'll put her in contact with you then when sounds good. Our friend Casey, she wants to know about the first time you met Jared and Ryan. Why would she want to know about Ryan? Maybe she's they're friends. Oh, are they? Okay. So how do you know Ryan?
Well, I fucking met him on the set actually.
Oh, as well. Okay.
Ryan, he came in. It was like, so before shooting, there was a bunch of us that went to Sudbury for like 2 weeks prior to shooting to like get on the ice and kind of get to know each other. So that's when I met Jared first, and then I met Ryan on the ice. Yeah.
Wow.
On the ice. Actually, no, it wasn't on the ice, but he came in the room. He came in the room with all his equipment, and then he started actually skating around and stuff. But that's when I met him. With Jared, I was on the ice too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
Cool practice.
And then Aaron wants to know, because we had a bunch of our listeners who went up to Sudbury for the Shoresy night a few weeks ago.
How was that?
They loved it. They had a great time, and there was a bunch of people from all over the U.S. who flew and drove up to Sudbury just for that night.
Wow.
And they got to hang out with Max and had a great time, and they loved it. And Aaron was one of them, and she wants to know where, what was your go-to place post-shoot, or like restaurant or bar in Sudbury?
Go-to place?
Yeah.
I don't even know, but I remember it was a restaurant called Shoeless Joe's.
Oh, okay. They don't have those in Quebec? Shoeless Joe's? Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah, they're pretty.
Shoeless Joe's was fucking dope.
Yeah? All right.
But, the go-to place was Max's basement, man. I ain't gonna lie. We was at Max's basement every week.
Really?
Because it was COVID too, so we couldn't. They didn't want us to go and do our stuff. So like, go-to place in Sudbury is definitely Max's Buffar's basement.
The next time we go up to Sudbury, we're gonna have to like knock on Max's door.
No, for real.
Very good. I've got one last question that usually asked by our co-host who didn't make it tonight, Matt. But he always likes to ask, how does it feel to be part of a basically a cult favorite show like Shoresy? I mean, it's only one season in, but because of Letterkenny, Shoresy's now got this big cult following all over the world. Basically, we've got listeners from all over the planet: Australia, UK, everywhere. How does that feel for you?
It's surreal, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, I always wanted I always knew I wanted to get the music going, get a role or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, this is a cult. Like, it's different. It's a big family, and it's forever type of thing. And I realized that when the show dropped, I saw a bunch of new faces coming in and like tuning into my music and and just like trying to know what the fuck I was about.
Yeah.
So honestly, it was different. It was surreal. Like, I never in 100 years imagined I'd be in a big fucking community like that. Because I even saw the Letterkenny show live in Phoenix. Was it in Phoenix?
Oh yeah, you went to see it live? Yeah.
I saw it live.
Nice.
And bro, Jared comes on the scene and he just says like, "How you now?" Everybody starts like, "Not so bad." And like, bro, I was like, "Bro, it's different."
Yeah,
Like,
that's Phoenix, fucking Arizona. That's not Canada. That's
You know?
Yeah.
I was like, and the place was sold out. Like, bro, like I was just like, nah, this is different.
Mhm.
You know? And that's when I realized I was like, yo, this is we're on a cool thing. And also just the cast and all even like the crew. You know, people behind the scenes were just amazing. It's just one big family, you know. It's dope. I'm grateful to be on this project for sure.
So how has it felt being recognized for Shoresy? Like fans coming up to you and has that been
funny. It's funny. And like I see it like let's say I go to Toronto, I get stopped a lot, you know, but here it's less people, but it's funny, bro. It's like usually it was either for the hockey things or like the music, but now it's like, "Hey, Dolo." I'm like, "Oh, what's up?" Like, you know, it's funny. It's funny for sure.
That's great.
And the people are nice, you know, so it's all love for sure.
All right. Well, you know, I know you've got your own music to promote, but if there's anything else, you promote a line of clothing as well, don't you?
Indeed, it's coming out January. We're gonna get that out soon. The name, everything is changing, so everything is gonna be Une Fois Clothing, Une Fois the album. The music is out, you know, so you can go tune in the new album we just dropped. We'll be releasing new music in 2023, English album too for the maybe upcoming 2023 USA tour.
Oh, nice.
Inshallah. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Hopefully, and I mean, we won't put you on the spot because you know, you can't say anything. None of us expect there won't be at least another 2 or 3 seasons of Shoresy, so we're looking forward to seeing you on that. Where can people follow you? Where's the best place people
follow me at Joe_Dolo, Joe Dolo. The YouTube is the same thing. Actually, the YouTube is Dolo Music.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Instagram or YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify, all those beautiful platforms. But yeah,
that's great. Victor, do you have any final comments or questions?
Yeah, well, no, he just answered. I was going to ask, like, are you working on new material right now? And you know, do you generally kind of wait to put a traditional album out, or are you kind of putting singles out on Spotify?
The traditional album will wait. For like business purposes, just because like it's numbers and all this shit nowadays, you know, like, so if you drop an album then you get whatever, but so I'm just gonna drop mixtapes, that's how we call them, small mixtapes and singles, but we're focusing on English mixtapes for February, so that'll be coming up soon, and then some more music for the summer.
And then you're going to promote by doing some live shows.
Yeah, exactly. That's what.
So when are we going to see you in Toronto?
Yes. Let us know.
We're working on that. Actually, summer 2023 is looking great so far. Should be across the country, actually. So yeah,
amazing.
All right, Al, I'm putting you in charge to make sure we get tickets.
I don't know about that. Well, we'll see. Well, at least, we'll figure that one out. Tanny, did you have any final questions or comments?
So what are you enjoying more, the music or the acting, or is it a mix?
I love both, you know.
Yeah.
I love both. It's like honestly, the music is getting stressful because now it's like the work, you know, it's like I have to fucking make it work, but the acting, it's like fucking we go there, we have fun, you know. So I would say I'm having like almost more fun with the acting. Yeah, maybe. But the music in me isn't me, you know. It's just
until Kiso asks you to write one of the episodes, then it will be work.
You say what?
Until
Kiso asks you to write one of the episodes, then it will be work.
Yeah,
exactly. No, but honestly, we got so much stuff. Like this guy, bro, he's a machine, bro. I don't even know how he does everything like that, bro. He's fucking shooting 2 seasons a year, writing 2 seasons and all that, bro. That's crazy. Like this guy is a role model for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna help promote your IG because I follow you on Instagram, and almost daily, I'm gonna say it's daily. You do a live Instagram chat where you're basically you're playing your music. You're basically just doing a live IG while you're working.
100%. Pretty much what I do is I get to the studio. I light up a joint and I look at what I was doing the day before, or whether I take you guys on the journey into the project I'm making, as you know, in that morning. So it's just to connect with you guys, talk with the fans a little bit, and get to know everybody, you know.
So yeah, I've joined a few of those, and it's been great. And you're very responsive and answered all my questions when I've joined. So if anybody ever wants to hang out with Dolo while he's working, you got to follow him on Instagram, and you'll be able to do the same. That's amazing. Dolo, thank you so much for joining us today. You've given us an hour of your time. Very generous, and we appreciate it. And we can't wait. I know you can't say anything, but we cannot wait for season 2 of Shoresy. It's going to happen. We know it's going to happen.
Fingers crossed, guys. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
All right, and we're going to play us off here with, one of my favorite songs by Dolo here. It's Feel Blessed.
Okay.
Feel free to rap along there, Dolo.
Yo, that's crazy, because there's like the first song we made, me and my guy.
Yeah.
And Ted was like, yo, I like this. I was like, wow.
It's great.
Met the shawty at the Sherman. She was a little nervous, cause my reputation, I'm a bad influence. She never met a real G, never seen a whole.
All right, and that's all we have for this episode. Don't forget to give our sponsor, Diabolical Coffee, some love. They're at diabolicalcoffee.com. Right now, you can use the promo code PRODUCEN for 20% off any purchase from their site. If you'd like to support the podcast, rate us on iTunes, Spotify, or become a patron. There's a Patreon link on our site or Twitter profile at ProduceNPod. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Hive Social. Thank you for joining us. Now we're going to have some sticks with our new friend Dolo. On behalf of Dolo, Victor, Tanya, and myself, thank you for listening and have a great week.
Light up the blunt, yeah, do it while one. No plan B, baby, you gon' get it on you. If you say it's me, I'ma say it's you. You can count on me, I'ma count on you. I feel blessed, I love myself. I can hold you. It's been a too long time since I had a good time. But if you say it's me,